Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's your boys, Mike and Mish, fresh off of a trip to Myrtle Beach. What's up, Mike?
Yo, what's up? We're alive. We made it. It was a crazy trip.
We
I'm
barely
surprised.
made it. We barely made it. We barely made it out away from the arena.
Yeah, we almost spent the rest of our lives there.
That's a story that we could tell that will crack everybody up. But let's just say that Mike and I should have bought stock in Uber before that evening began.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time in Ubers.
Yeah, man. Uber. Like fucking long story short, we may have misplaced the keys to our rental vehicle. And we went from finishing up the event, pretty much done everything, heading out to maybe have a great time at some after parties around 1:30-ish, right? 1:30.
Yeah.
To about 5 o'clock in the morning when a tow truck was pulling the fucking car.
Got no sleep like usual.
Shit.
Just in a different way. That shit was rough. I've never lost keys ever. No house keys, nothing ever. I have a van, I have a car, 2 cars, never lost any keys. That all of a sudden I'm like, where are those fucking keys? Where'd they go?
Dude, it was a disaster. And you want to know something? Like before we get our guests on tonight, which we have 4 guests coming on tonight. One of them's in the waiting room right now. But dude, let me just tell you something. Do you remember how long I was on hold with the fucking rental car?
Yeah, hour and a half. That was the first time.
Hour and a half, and then she gets on the phone, gets back on the phone with me, and she's like, "Yeah, we're gonna put you back on hold, and we're gonna try to find you a locksmith." And I'm like, "Why don't you just call me back?" And like while we're waiting for her, we're like looking up locksmiths on our phones, and Mike's like, "There's nobody's fucking open, dude. Nobody's gonna come out here." So we're like, "All right, you know what?" I tell the lady, "Just call me back, and we'll make it back here if you guys find one, right?" And we hung up the phone. I'm like, "This lady ain't gonna fucking find a locksmith. Let's get an Uber." We go to Uber, go to the hotel. 45 minutes later, she's calling me. "Yeah, I got somebody on the way out there." I'm like, "Motherfucker, dude." Uber back. We get back there. They get in the car for us. We figure we can get in the car because we were pretty sure we locked them in the trunk. The car goes into like a security mode and locks up the trunk. We can't get in the trunk.
No way in the trunk from the inside. We tried to rip the back seat off of that joint.
It was fucking crazy.
Kyle bent the whole back seat backwards.
I went into straight up Hulk mode for a second there, dude. It was fucking bad. And then like,
what do we do? We got to get it towed. Yeah, now we got to get it towed. So they're like, you got to call back and start a new
work order
new work order to get them to come to tow it. So then I had to wait for them. That was another hour and a half. So we went back to the hotel, Uber again.
And then
we Ubered the next morning because I lost my freaking luggage.
Yeah, Mike goes, "Dude, I used my suitcase to bring the tripods and the wires and shit to the arena." He took all his clothes out of the fucking suitcase. He brings the suitcase. So the suitcase is locked in the trunk. Yeah. This fucking dude can't bring his clothes home. So we Ubered a Target so he could buy a fucking suitcase to Uber back to the hotel so we could pack his shit so we could go to the airport.
Yep. But then we got a ride from...
Shout out Nelson, dude.
Yeah, shout out Nelson. Thanks for the ride to the airport.
Dude, it was great.
And anyways, my stuff through the mail now. So
it was an amazing event. Always making memories. Fucking me and Mike. But we got 4 guests tonight. We're gonna bring our first guest on in a second. We got Sito Navarro coming on. He's making his second trip to the Squared Circle and Knucklemania 3 against is it Alex? No, Nick Gonzalez, right?
Yes, Nick
Gonzalez. And then we're going to follow him up with Noah Cutter, who's back in the ring again. And he's fighting Santiago. Then we got Albert Inclan coming off a very impressive second trip to the BKFC ring. That kid looked amazing against Devin Gibson the other night. So we're going to bring him on third. And then we're going to round it out with the former interim bantamweight champion going down to fight John Dotson at Knucklemania 3. Jarod Gatti Grant's going to be coming on. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in our first guest of the evening. We have not seen him in a while. We haven't heard from him in a while, but he did impress about a year ago. Was it a year ago in New York?
Yeah, it was in New York, dude. It was March of 2022.
So 11 months ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Anthony Prater, right? Anthony Prater, body shots, ripping through the ribs. And let's go ahead and bring him in here. Let's talk about it. Lardy, Navarro, Slick Sito. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? How you guys doing?
Yo.
Sito.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay.
You know what bothers me about you, my friend? I know you're our boy. I could tell you this. You come from Connecticut. You lived in Worcester for a while, or wherever the fuck up in Boston, up in the in Mass area. But you got that ridiculous hat on your head. Don't get it. What the fuck is that? What is that garbage on your head, dude?
You guys ain't the only one. My girl said the same thing. My girl goes, "You live in Worcester, and you're a Yankees fan. You got to be like a Boston fan." I'm like, I don't know. It's just like I grew up like with the Yankees. Like I don't know. That's just I don't know.
Well,
but I can't wear this around.
We don't either.
Yeah, I can't wear this around Boston, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Well, that's why you're a boxer right now. Like you grew up wearing that dumbass hat on your head, and people be swinging at you in Boston.
Yeah, imagine like, oh shit, what happened? What's up?
Oh shit, out of nowhere, man. So, man, where the hell you been? We just got done saying it on the intro for you. Last time we saw you was almost a year ago, 11 months ago. Anthony Prater, you go in there, you rip off them body shots, you bust his ribs up, and you fucking finish him in the first round. Everyone's thinking, man, there's a new kid on the scene here. This kid's gonna start making some noise, and boom, 11 months later, we're finally gonna get you back in there. It's a long break. What's up with that?
Yeah, it was a long break. To be honest, I didn't know what was going on. I mean, one thing I can say is I'm really grateful that I actually got the call and opportunity to perform for BKFC again. I was just a little upset and impatient where like I had people telling me like, oh, you're going to fight this guy on this date, this guy on this date, this guy on this date. And then I kept saying, yes, I'm down. I'm ready to go. You know, we're getting ready for the fights. I remember when I was in Florida, I left there and then for training camp, then I was told some bullshit news. And then I'm just like, I don't like that. I don't like the back and forth. It's more of like a communication thing. And I know it's not just about it's not just me. I know other fighters that were actually are going through the same thing I was going through. I think, to be honest, it's a business thing. I think they're trying to have like local guys like sell tickets. I think they're just trying to have local guys to sell tickets so the company can make money, and so it's a business so they can make money. But I was even willing to let David Feldman or anyone know, like, listen, you could fly me out on people's hometown. I'll still whoop their ass. You know what I mean? I may not be a ticket seller, but at least give me a chance and opportunity to, fight, and everyone's saying, oh, you're young, be patient, and it's like, I'm like, I understand that, but my time is now, and with all due respect, my time is now, because why am I going to wait till like years later, or like, do I have to be old for my time to be now? Like, my time is now, and I have the opportunity, to.
Right. And how are you supposed to make a name for yourself if you're not given opportunity? I understand what you're saying. Like you feel like you're ready to make a name for yourself now.
Yeah.
No, so why wait?
And I feel like I'm ready to make my name for myself now. And the only reason why I say this is because I feel like the bantamweight division is on hold. Johnny Bedford's retired. I don't know what's going on with Jarod Grant. He's fighting John Dodson at 125. So you heard from Feldman himself, whoever wins that fight, they're going to fight for the title. I don't want to spill the beans, but I heard like, if Devin was to be, Albert Inclan, he was supposed to fight, for a title. I don't know. That was a rumor I heard, against Reggie, and I just want to be that guy within time, like, to build my name and, get these wins and, go for that belt.
What did you think of Albert Inclan's performance on Saturday night. He's in the comments right now. He's willing to fight you. He's saying that you have soft hands and all that stuff. He's complimenting you on the moisturizer that you use on your hands. It must be what he's talking about.
Get it from.
It must be what he's talking. But he's going to be on the show a little later on. So if you want to like deliver a message right now, you can. What did you think about his performance Saturday night against Devin Gibson? And is that somebody that you'd like to throw down with sometime in the future?
I'll be honest with you. First and foremost, I want to just say, like, you know, rest in peace to his mom. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of hard for a fighter to go through that, you know, especially going through that mental state. So I have respect for that he still came to the fight. But on the other hand, I was actually impressed. I was like, holy fucking shit. I was like, damn, you look way better because, you know, I think he only has one fight. And Devin Gibson is a high talented, you know, boxer, but that just shows the sport of bare knuckle where like you can't really underestimate your opponent, you know, because I'm sure everyone was overlooking him and all that. But other than that, as I'm focused on my fighter, Albert Inclan, you can shut the fuck up, you bitch ass nigga. All right, because when we fight, it's on. You know what I mean? I keep telling that nigga every time when I see him on site, it's on site. You know what I mean? So I would love to fight. I would love to fight the guy. You know what I mean? But he's too small compared to me. You know what I mean? He's way too small. He walks around like 115, 120. You know, I'm like 150, almost 160. You know what I mean? Like, it's my walk around way. And I feel like if we were to fight, that's a bad fight for him. You know, not for me. You know, but if we were to fight, I think that would be a good fight because he beat Devin Gibson. So it's like beating him is like, okay, that's actually a name he beat. So, you know, sorry for my language, but you know, the hood just came out of me, you know, so
we'll blame it on the Yankee hat, man. That's all. That's a Yankee fan right there talking. Yeah, obviously.
Well, I'll tell you what. There's no love lost between you and him because he's going off in the comments. You'll be able to read them all after this because I was going to bring a couple on the screen, but he's going off on you, so you're going to have to go back and read them, see what he's saying. Slick Sito, real quick, tell us what Sito is. What is Slick Sito? What does that mean? I feel like you might have told us in the past, but tell us again. I want to hear it.
Sito, so no, that's just like in the Spanish term. Like, you know, my dad is also name is Lardy. So, you know, in the Spanish term, in junior, it's basically mean junior.
Like small, because I thought I found something small, but there's other definitions for it, and I couldn't I was like, I don't know what this means. Yeah, I can't find it.
Spanish term like Sito, you know, and slick. It was more like, you know, it just, you know, slick just came from like, you know, like how I fight. Like when I feel more confident, it's more like, you know, I feel more slick. Yeah, but not. It's more, and then my outside personality. You know what I mean? And, you know, my girl's sitting next to me too. So like, you know, I just like to be slick, like the way I approach, you know, and I could be slick with like joking wise or making fun of you, you know, it's like a personality thing, you know, like, that was slick. That was a slick move. Oh, I saw what he did there. That was slick. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. That's how.
Sito, where are you training nowadays? Like last time we talked to you, I think you were staying down in Florida and training with Kevin. Yeah. Right. Since then, you've moved on to new management and you are no longer down there, I believe. Where are you training? Who's your team? And what kind of changes have you made from your first fight to your next one? Because your first fight, you impressed the shit out of everyone, like I said. Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, you can always make improvements on everything. So talk a little bit about, you know, after your first fight, what have you done with yourself in preparation to get ready for this one?
Hey, man, you guys asked some good questions. That was a good question. So to be honest with you, that first fight, I kind of was a little disappointed because I'm a little bit hard on myself. I know I could do a little better. It's the reason why I say that is because I felt like I was a little bit too stiff, trying to feel it out. And that's not how I fight. And my coach got back home, you know, here, he was mad. He was like, Sito, that's not how you fight. You know, I get, because I don't fight flat-footed. You know, I don't want to say it, you know, but you'll see, you'll see at the fight, like when I fight and I feel confident, I do something, you know. So I remember
you get that last dragon glow around you. You never see Last Dragon before?
No.
Yo, he's 21 years old, Mike.
I know, but you
this
never know. It's a
motherfucker was
fighting
born.
movie.
He was born when Snoop Dogg was dropping Doggy Style, dude.
That's true. That's true. Well, here's some homework for you, Sito.
Yes, watch that
You need
shit.
to look up the movie Last Dragon. It is good. There's karate. It's funny. There's a lot of like memorable moments. And I don't know if Kyle, what mug are you drinking out of?
I am not. Usually I got my Who's the Master mug, but today I got this little turtle one my kid made.
Basically, this dude's training. I'm not gonna ruin it for you, but like when they become like, let's say like masters in their art, they start getting this glow around them when they fight, and that means you're like fucking honed in 100%. You're ready to go, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You can catch a bullet in your teeth and shit like that.
Yeah, like I just had to be in that moment. Like I wasn't myself in that first fight. So when I was in camp, my first time in training camp, I only like spar like once a week, and I barely had any like boxing coach. I didn't really had any striking coach. So I kind of felt like it was best for me to like, especially in bare knuckle, like the more fights I'm gonna get, I'm gonna start fighting tougher guys. And I know my opponent, he's a tough son of a bitch, but I just felt like personally I needed to like make that decision and come home and train. I train in Worcester right now, at Camp Get Right, and I train with the best, boxing team and MMA gyms as well. I've been sparring like a lot, like I just been sparring a lot compared to like how I was sparring in Florida. They having me spar like 3-4 times a week, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it's legit sparring. Like I haven't felt that type of sparring. Like I'm sparring to the point where like I'm bleeding, like I'm leaking blood, and they're leaking blood, and my coach is like, no, you got to keep going. Like you got to keep going, because like because what happens when you do get hit, you got to know how to adjust to that. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, and he's just like, oh, like be confident, like you got this. And I'm like, all right, boom, cool. And so that alone, that's the sparrings alone is making me like more confident for this fight coming up. Because I know and believe that my opponent, he's not sparring the way I'm sparring. He's not getting ready the way I'm ready. I know he's getting ready for this fight, but just the sparring alone is like, I know I got this fight. I've been sparring with like high elite like level fighters. And I actually just got some sparring with Jermaine Ortiz. He just fought Lomachenko.
Yep.
And just that sparring alone, I'm like, fuck. You know what I mean? I'm like,
yeah,
that's hurt, but like just
he
that,
did well too.
Yeah, he did really good. But just when I'm surrounding myself with those type of high elite level sparrings, like it just makes me like really confident, especially when they're hard on me and I'm trying to adjust to it. It's legit, and they're having me tour to other gyms, and my other coach Chico, shout out to him. Like he's just having me spar with random guys I never heard of or never seen of. I don't know how many fights they got, and it's just crazy, and it's legit. It's just legit, and I just feel ready for this fight.
Sparring with guys of all sizes, I would imagine, not just your own size. Whatever you got to do to get ready. Now you're going, Zach Kalmus. Have you thrown hands with Zach?
He was with him the other day.
Were you?
Now Zach and Blake.
McKay's.
Yeah, he's fighting in the New Orleans card. They actually came down to spar with one of my boys, Raphael. I don't know if you guys seen him, but he was at the Vegas tryouts.
No, we didn't make it out there, and I didn't watch any of the footage from it. So
he won with him and Rob Perez. I'm sure you guys heard of him, One-Eyed Wolf. Yep. He was at the Power Slap.
Oh,
Power Slap, huh?
Power Slap from Dana White.
Yeah, what do you think about the Power Slap, Sito? What do you think? Give us your honest opinion about the Power Slap. Don't be nice.
No, I think it's cool, At first, I kind of stupid, but at the end of the day, it's all social media attention. That's my personal, my thought. But I think it's pretty cool. But personally, I just don't understand how they legalize that, like how Nevada legalizes that, but they won't legalize BKFC. It's just like a kind of doesn't make
insane. That is insane.
Nobody knows. It's a mystery.
It's just kind of weird.
Not really. You know why it's not a mystery? We know why.
Yeah,
because Dana White's got his hands in that slap league, and he's got his hands in that UFC, and he's also got his hands in that Las Vegas Athletic Commission too, and everything else that goes on around that area. And he don't like people encroaching on his property. You know what I'm saying? He's about to pull out the shotgun.
I feel like in this world, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. And I think as Dana White, like he got connections. He knows the business people. He knows the Nevada mission. So, and I know David Feldman, I know he does too. You know, but
Sure.
I just feel like they're not appreciating Feldman's work. Like, you know, like he's trying to legalize these type of states. And I feel like they're really underestimating our organization and himself, you know. And I'm like, yo, just give the guy a shot, you know, like it's not bad.
I don't know exactly what they're getting paid, and I hear it's not all that much. But did you guys see? It wasn't Power Slap. It was some other slap league that like viral video of that dude's face that was all swole out.
Yes,
and that motherfucker won that tournament. He won that tournament with that face like that. Do you know what he made? $2,500.
Oh wow, that's way less than I was gonna guess. I was gonna say like 10
grand to win the tournament. That motherfucker didn't even make $5,000, and his face looked like Elephant Man.
Ouch. Wait, the whole tournament he kept that?
Yeah. That's what the dude made.
I would have thought like it would be like 10,000, 20,000.
No. But that wasn't Power Slap. So I don't know what Power Slap's making, but this was another one of those leagues.
Probably more.
And that dude made fucking pocket change to get the shit slapped out of him on fucking.
I don't know. I think the slapped the shit out of him. I think he just felt bad.
Dude, you just saw that. You saw the comment there? Did you see the comment? Is that why you're laughing, Mike? Dude, I gotta tell you what Albert just said. I'm going to slap Sito's face when I get my hands on him. That's what he said. He will not stop going in on you in the comment section.
Constantly.
I
can't wait. He says you should go play in traffic blindfolded.
Being so obsessed on me, like he's riding on my dick and keeps talking about me. Like it's like, yo, like leave me the fuck alone. Like let me breathe. You know what I mean? Like shit. He dreams about me every day, every night. He dreams about me. You know what I mean?
Let's go like this. Let's do this. Let's forget about that. Albert's gonna come on here and talk a little bit. You got a fight coming up.
That's right.
You got a fight coming up. Nick Gonzalez, Saint Nick. He's a local guy.
Yeah.
Did you know who he was prior to them offering you this fight? Because I honestly didn't. And me and Mike looked him up and we took a look at him. The last guy he fought was Patchy Mix, who is now like a heavy player in Bellator. So he's a good MMA fighter, a good bantamweight over in Bellator. He has not fought since 2017, but he is a local guy. He's going to have the community behind his on his back down there. Did you know him prior to, and what are you thinking about your opponent?
So I remember when I got the call, and when I saw the name, I was like, he sounds familiar for some reason. And I made that comment earlier, like it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. So I actually know some guys that know him personally. So nice. I announced that fight. You know, I don't want to say names, but my boys was telling me like, oh, like, you know, like I know him, you know, all that. So, and they were telling me like what to expect. But other than that, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. He seems tough. He seems like a tough fighter. I got nothing against him. You know, I think it's gonna be a great fight. When I just saw the fight alone, it just didn't make sense to me because it's like I'm not underestimating the dude, but his last fight was 2017, and he's told the whole world that from what I saw that he retired, and he's coming out of retirement to do bare knuckles. So to me, it's like why? So I feel like he's just doing it for like, you know, because he saw like his guys do it. You know, I just felt like he wanted to get a taste of it. I mean, that's just my thought of it personally.
It could be that. It could be that, but it could also be like once you're a fighter, you're always a fighter. Albuquerque is one of the best fight towns you can ever be in. This dude grew up in that area fighting, and they offered him a decent paycheck to go fight in front of his people in the fastest growing sport in the world. And he probably wasn't like itching to get back in there, but somebody contacted him and they're like, hey, we got an offer for you. It's going to be on the same card as Austin Trout and fucking Diego Sanchez, but you got to fight this 21-year-old kid named Sito Navarro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's probably all it was.
Yeah, and then I got nothing against him. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, I don't know him a lot like that. I mean, it's gonna be a fight, you know. But all I'm gonna say is just like I'm coming in a fight. You know, to me, he already said that this is gonna be his retirement fight. You know, I got a long way to go. You know, like he's to me, my mind says this. He's already thinking about making his last walk. I'm thinking about going in there, making a statement because I got nothing to prove. You know what I mean? I'm already in the big leagues. You know what I mean? I already made it. You know, I have nothing to prove. I just got to go in there, do my job, and make a statement, and and show people why like I'm here for the bantamweight division. And honestly, what I think of him, I just think he's a basic fighter. He doesn't like. In my opinion, there's just no special combination. He doesn't throw any special combinations. He just throws like one punch or maybe two punches, and that's it. You know, but I don't want to spoil the beans too much because
you don't have to do that.
But I'm ready for this fight. He can sell all the tickets he wants. His family, his friends can be there all he wants. People could cheer. People can cheer and boo for me, but I'm ready for that. You know what I mean? This
Doesn't
isn't
that
the
kind of like doesn't that kind of like add to it? Like, doesn't it take a little bit of weight off of your shoulders that you don't have to sell? But I mean, like, you don't have to. The BKFC is not like asking you to sell fucking $10,000 worth of tickets. All you have to do is go to his hometown, whoop his ass, and go home with a fucking check. It almost seems like going to somebody else's town is kind of like a good thing.
A little less to do,
but,
a little less stress on you, just a little.
It doesn't like scare me because when I was an amateur boxer, like I fought guys in their hometown and they would boo the shit out of me, and I had people saying like, "You fuck you," and I didn't bother me, and I still whoop them, So it's like that to me, it's like it doesn't like bother me, I know what I got to do,
Dude. We can't wait to see you back in there. It's been far too long, Sito. We love hanging out with you. When we get down to Albuquerque, we'll get together. We'll have some food and we'll shoot the shit a little bit. Get back together. But we got a fun game for you tonight. We're not speeding rounding you. We're gonna play a game called Guess That Word. And all we're gonna do, I'm gonna read you. I'm going to read you the question, and then I'm going to give you 3 options, and you're going to tell me which word you think the definition goes to, okay? These are straight out of Urban Dictionary, my friend. First one up for you. The female equivalent to cock block. Is it A, twat swat? Is it B, clam jam? Or is it C, muff stuff? Sito, what do you got?
What is it?
No Googling.
You should know this right away. You got to know this right away. I see you looking over there. She's not going to give you the answers.
The female equivalent to cock block. What do you say? What'd you say?
Clam jam.
Oh, shit. And the answer is bing.
Look at this
clam
guy.
Jam. This guy.
Want it right now? 1 for 1.
They don't call him Slick Sito for nothing. Number 2.
That's right. Okay, number 2, anything you take from the house of someone that you sleep with. It's A, a sleepsake, B, Netflix and stale, or C, a souvenir.
Souvenir?
Oh, man, this guy's on it.
2 for 2, man. How'd you know that?
Souvenir is the answer to anything you steal from the house of somebody that you have banged. There you go. And the last one, the old souvenir.
We all got a souvenir at our house somewhere.
All right. Number 3 and the last one for you, similar to a resting bitch face. When a guy just looks like an asshole, is he A, a resting douche face, B, resting fuck face, or C, resting dick face?
I think it's damn.
The old RBF. I'm sure you run into some RBFs, usually walking around. You're like, oh, what's her problem? Nothing. That's right. Nothing's her problem. RBF.
No. Hey, did he give an answer? What'd you say?
Resting fuckface?
Oh, it is resting douche face for the law. But a 2-1 record is not bad. And guess that word. Good job, Sito. You are the slick one for a reason. Your social medias are at the bottom of the page for everybody that's watching. Follow this guy up, subscribe to his OnlyFans, and see all the shit that he's doing there. I can't even imagine what that is all about. But and use his referral code. And use his referral code to get the app if you haven't already. Sito, take a minute, say some final words. Let us know what we're going to see when we get to Albuquerque, and then we'll get out of here.
I just want to say I want to give a huge shout out to Mission Accomplished, for giving me the opportunity. Obviously, I actually watch you guys' podcast like all the time. So
thanks,
I'm really happy for you guys, and you guys giving me the opportunity to be on here. And everyone watching, and commenting, thank you for tuning in. But on February 17th, it's going to be a fight. I can't wait, and I hope to see everyone there. And again, just thank you guys. Shout out to my coach, Chico, and all my other sparring partners and training partners, my sponsors. It's too many sponsors I have, but you guys know who you are, and I thank you and appreciate it.
There it is, man. Sito, we can't wait to see you down there. Big Ben's asking in the comments a question here, but I'll just ask you it this way. When you go in there, you go get your W. Are you going to have some names that you're going to be ready to call some people out after this fight? You got some names dialed in?
I mean, when I mentioned that bantamweight on notice, because I don't know, I'm interested for the. I don't know who Reggie's fighting for the for the Virginia hometown, but maybe the opportunity, if that were to come, that'd be an honor, but I don't think so. But honestly, it's whoever like Nate and David throws at me. You know what I mean? Because they are my manager knows. Like, I've been saying yes to all the names. So
there you go.
Whoever wants this fucking smoke, I'm with all of it. You know what I mean?
There it
yes
is.
To anyone.
Yes to anyone. Dude, we will see you soon. Stay active in 2023. We can't wait to see you down in Albuquerque. Have yourself a great night, and thanks for coming on.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Take it easy, man.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Slick Sito. Yeah, I like that kid, man. He's fun as hell. We had a good time with him a few times down in Florida.
Yeah. Orlando was the last time that we saw him.
Yeah, and we hung out in Miami and Pembroke Pines and all that shit.
With Will Smith and the guys and the boys. Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna message Noah Cutter.
Yeah, what's he doing? Is he cutting out on us?
I don't know.
You think he's playing hooky? What's he doing?
I don't know. I'm just shooting him a
Let
message.
me tell you guys about so if the friggin' rental car situation. So for those who missed the beginning, I lost the key to the rentals. The first time I've ever lost keys in my life. And I was thinking about it today as if I was going to find them. Now I'm not even in South Carolina anymore. I'm driving to work and I'm thinking in my head, like, where did I put those keys? Like, it's over. The situation's done. Now, on the way to South Carolina, we get on this plane, right? The plane ride is supposed to be like 2 hours long. Okay. And
dude,
we get on the plane. They're like, oh, we got to put the defrost on the wings. Okay, cool. So we're sitting there waiting forever. What the hell is going on? Like 40 minutes goes by. They're like, oh, they ran out of the defrost. So they had to go get more. So we had to wait for them to drive the truck, fill it up, come back. Right now, finally, we take off. There was a storm going on. I thought the storm was going on just like up northeast. That shit was going on all the way down the friggin' East Coast. This was the craziest plane ride that we've ever been on in our life. This thing was like, it was like 28,000 feet, 24, 25, 23, dude, 28.
The wings of the plane were going like this.
Oh, yeah. It was like a bird flying through the air. All of a sudden, I'd be looking out the window and the wing be like, up in the air. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, I'm bouncing all around. And this was for 3 hours. It's supposed to be 2 hours. It lasted like 3 hours, the plane flight. Yeah. The guy in front of me, he keeps falling asleep. So every single time the plane starts getting turbulent, this dude's head, like a
bobble
bouncing off the wall, bing, bing. And so I'm laughing. I'm pointing over. I'm like, Kyle, look at this guy's head. It's like banging off the wall. I was like, holy shit, we're all going to die. I thought we were going to die for a second. I had that go through my head for a second. I was like, oh, I'm going to die.
Dude, so
watch Curb Your
Mike,
Enthusiasm. Don't think about it.
It was fucking insane. It was really like Mike and I said. Mike said we've been on so many planes with our military career and all the trips that we're doing for this sport. Hundreds of planes we've been on, like in my life. I've been on 17, 18, 20-hour flights overseas going into the war theater and shit. This was the worst flight of my fucking life. It was absolutely insane. It was like a 3.5 hour long flight that was supposed to be 2 hours and 19 minutes. And then we land in Charlotte. We were supposed to have like an hour and a half layover. We land in Charlotte. Our next flight is at 8:40. It's 8:30 as we're getting off the plane. And Mike and I straight up full-blown sprint from one end of Charlotte's airport all the way to the other, all the way to the end of the other terminal, and get on the plane at 8:40. And the lady was standing there and she's like, hurry up, let's go. They're not going anywhere yet. Go. So we run all the way fucking on the plane and we made it, dude. I couldn't believe it. And then Mike and I realized that we are completely out of shape, just completely out of shape.
Oh yeah, I haven't run since the PT test in October. So I've been eating a lot of freaking chips and shit like that, which I normally don't do. Man, that was rough. That was a rough run.
Noah was just in the
I saw him
in the waiting room there, and then he dipped out. So I just sent him a message to try the link again. But before he comes on, let's shout out our sponsors right quick. I got the shirt on. Mike's got the shirt on. I got the hat on. Guerrilla Warfare Apparel. Go to guerrillawarfareapparel.com. Use the promo code Mike and Mish and get yourself some gear. They're strapping their gear on everybody. You can get 15% off your entire purchase if you just go over to their website and peruse the Mike and Mish section and buy some of the stuff to support us and support these fighters that they are supporting. Support. And of course, we have our other major sponsor. Here they are.
Norcom Mortgage and Michael Mish are delivering the American dream to those who serve America, helping veterans obtain the dream of home ownership. They offer programs that include no money down, no first-time homebuyer requirement, 100% cash-out refinances, rehab loans. They can help you purchase a home, purchase a condo, refinance an existing mortgage, create a dream home with rehab loan. To learn more, visit www.michaelmish.norcommortgage.com or call 860-884-2103.
Greatest mortgage commercial in the history of mortgage companies. Norcom Mortgage, guys, call the number, hit them up on their social medias, whatever. Mike is licensed in 38 states. He can help you achieve that dream. To find more, right?
Hey, and I see Guerrilla Warfare in the comments. You got it. That's a deal. Let's get together. We're going to make a commercial. Let's do it.
Yep, we're doing it. We're getting a commercial. But our next guest is in the waiting room right now. We're going to bring him in. He's not wearing a shirt for the ladies, and he's fighting at BKFC's third Knucklemania in Albuquerque. And this dude is never in a boring fight. He is the one.
Never, ever.
Noah Cutter. What up, dog?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Damn.
What's going on with you? How you doing, man?
Good, man. How are y'all? I just got in from the gym. That's why I'm not wearing a shirt.
There you go. So a little something special for you, Susan Walker and Joe Ivy. Dude. So Noah, man. First and foremost, I just want to say I got this from you. Thank you very much. Kiss my fist, hot sauce, guys. I'm not gonna open this because the Army will kick me out. I'm not going to try it, but when I get out of the military,
but it's signed though.
And it's signed by Noah. We love this, but you best believe when I get out of the military,
I'm going to down it in one shot.
Yeah, I'll funnel this thing.
Yeah,
no, I'll try a little taco or something with that on there, man. We love it. So
awesome. I appreciate it. I'm glad you got it. And
thank you.
Hope you enjoy it when you do try it. I appreciate the shout out.
Hell yeah, man. Well, dude, you're back in there again. You're back in there. You're fighting a guy who I want to say just fought in fucking Albuquerque, right? He was the dude that Jake Young fought down there, right, Mike?
What is that his opponent's name? You know, I've watched that fight a bunch of times, but I can't remember his opponent's name.
Jake Young, I believe.
That is who it was.
Yeah.
Well, they only did one event there, right? This is the second event.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Noah, that place was on fire. Like, it's insane there. That's a great place. Like, Denver's great, and that place was really good too. It's like my top two audiences that, oh man, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, they got a big fight, you know,
the fight community
crowd out there. Yeah.
Like we said, we've said this before on other shows that we've done. Like Mike and I always go out and we do a bunch of marketing stuff, and we just go and tell everybody that wants to listen. Anybody that will let us talk to them, we'll just talk to them about the sport and see if we can get them to come over and, you know, come over to the dark side and start watching the bare knuckle sport. Most cities that we go to, a large percentage of the people that we talk to don't know what the fuck they were even talking about, and they're surprised when we tell them about it. And they're like, really? That's a thing? And we're like, yeah, that's a thing. And it's actually a huge thing. And we show them the app and we do this shit. Albuquerque, every single fucking person we talked to was pretty much going to the event already. They were like, oh yeah, we already got our tickets.
Yep, they already knew, and they're probably got their tickets from one of the fighters too.
Yeah. And you're coming off an impressive your last performance. You looked fucking awesome, and like we said before, all your fights are always one of the more exciting fights on the card. Whether you win or you lose, you go out there to entertain. Are you not entertained? We're really excited to see you back in there. And when did you last fight? It didn't seem all that long ago.
It was on the Louisiana card in October.
So
I think it was right at the beginning of October.
4-month turnaround.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good one. What do you think about your opponent, Santiago?
I mean, he's all right. He's pretty good. He's out of Jackson Wink, and he's like an MMA style striker. You know what I mean? He got a couple things that he does, and maybe he might change it up for when he fights me. But you know, I've been watching his last fight and seen some of his MMA fights, and I got a pretty good idea of what he's going to do with his hands. He's short and compact, so I mean, without getting into it, you know, pretty much everybody already knows that story. You know, the shorter guy versus the taller guy, he's going to be trying to get in there. So
wasn't that kind of the case with you and Kenny? Kenny Lycia was a bit shorter than you too, right? Like you had the height. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm tripping balls right now. Maybe.
Kenny was a little bit shorter than me. I still think Kenny's about 6 foot, and I'm like 6'1".
Yeah.
So Kenny is about the same, but you know, like a better example would be my last opponent, because he was 6'6" and I'm 6'1". Yeah, so it was more like kind of reverse roles. Me trying to get in close to him. You know, now I'm 6'1" and he's like 5'8", so he's going to be, like I said, pretty much the opposite roles. He's going to be trying to get in on me. Only, you know, my plan of attack is going to be different.
Can we expect a different Noah Cutter this time around? Are you taking, like, I would imagine now this is what is this going to be your 6th or 7th?
8.
Jesus, man. You're one of those guys that's you know, you're up there with the Lorenzos and the Reggies of the world, racking up fights for this company. And like we said, even if you're not on the winning end, you're always a memorable fight. What are you taking out of your last couple fights? And have you changed anything up heading into this one?
Not too much. I mean, like the game plan is going to be a little bit different, but I'm not changing too much up. It's still going to be the same me, even though, like I said, the roles are going to be reversed, but I'm not going to fight him the same way that my last opponent fought me. You know, he tried to move out and use like a boxer style technique, sticking jabs and check left hooks. You know, I can keep somebody at range with a different kind of style of technique with more than just the jab and a check left hook. And I'll move forward on him too. You know, I'm not, you know, just because he's shorter than me doesn't mean I got to try to stay on the outside and on the back foot the whole time and worry about him trying to get close. Like, get close, come in close, let's clinch, let's grapple. I don't, you know, I'm ready to, you know, my coach said, you know, don't be afraid to, exactly what my coach said was, if you get close, don't be afraid to get nasty. And he's like, I've seen you get nasty close with the clinch work. So, you know what to do. Get in there and get it done.
Yeah, man, you get nasty. I feel like that should be your nickname, Nasty, because you get in there, man, and it's always bloody, always crazy cuts going on. That, like he's talking about the Kenny Lycia fight, man. You guys are freaking knocking each other all over the ring. It was ridiculous. Probably one of the craziest fights. Actually, I think we had that for part of our awards.
Comeback,
but man,
that
shit.
Come back for Kenny.
Dude, that shit was so insane. And then, and when you fought Jordan Nash, same thing. You guys fight all the way to the 5th round, and then you hit him, and his whole entire eye fell off. I mean, it's always something insane when you fight. It really is. So I expect nothing less this time around. I mean, you could probably go in there, and you never cease to amaze. You're going to go in there, and where are you on this card? Because I know the cards, they change. But I feel like you're the guy that I want starting that card off. If I make the card, Noah Cutter's going to start the main card because, like, you set the tone for the night.
He's dead smack. If it has anything close to what they have posted, he is dead smack in the middle of the main card. They have Chevy Bridges and Kevin Kroom starting it off.
Yeah, I know I'm not starting it off in the prelims, which, those guys you just shouted, that's a good fight. Those are all good fights right there. I'm definitely not in the prelims. I think now, I mean, like I said, 8 fights in, 8-fight veteran. I've been winning my fights. I got a pretty decent record. I've been here for a long time. I'm pretty high, like about middle of the main card. So it's going to be 4th, 5th from last, on Knucklemania 3. So we're going to be pretty high in the card, and I'm pretty happy about that. I like opening cards. It's always fun to get in there and kick ass and get out and watch the fights. But at the same time, you know what I mean? The further, obviously, forget about the rankings. The further you are to the end of the card is the higher you are in the organization. You know what I mean?
So if it's similar to what they have posted right now, you would be following Jamie Hinshaw and Charissa Sagala, and then you'll be right before Greg Hardy and Josh Watson. So you're like right in the heart.
Right there.
Oh, did they add that fight to that card, the Greg Hardy fight?
Yes, that's gonna be right after you guys. If it's in the order
me,
that's
then
online.
Greg Hardy, then
Dotson and Grant. Then the co-main will be Trout and Diego, and then main event Hunt Richmond. That fucking card is absolutely
4th, 5th from top, man. Those last, and then the girls are gonna be right before me. So I mean,
and they're saying Faria's fighting on that card, so she's going to be somewhere in there too. They haven't put it on the website. That's what they're saying.
Well, then she'll be closer to the end of the card, I'd imagine, as well. So
yeah, it's just not on the website yet, so it's like kind of flying under the radar, which kind of gets a little scary because if we were talking earlier, we don't see it yet, which makes the last time someone was supposed to, a female fighter was supposed to come, Fanny Palumpi, to fight Beltran for the title. There was issues there with getting her over and COVID and all that. So the woman that Faria's fighting is coming over from Thailand too. So hopefully that is going smoothly because I really want to see Faria on that card.
Yeah. That'd be a great fight.
In the comments right here, Ben's asking what's your record. I don't know if he's asking your record or your opponent's record. His opponents want to know, but Noah's BKFC record is 2-4. But I want to read off your 4 that you
3-4 too, because I got that total line win.
Oh, and 3-4. But dude, Francesco Ricci, Caleb Harris, Carlos Trinidad Snake, those 3 are like right up in the top of that fucking division with yourself now. But like, those are no slouches to take L's from. You know what I mean? Like, your record is 3-4. But like we said, you're one of the most exciting fighters on the card. I mean, on the roster. You are never in a boring fight. And the losses that you have taken are all guys that are fucking champions or fighting for titles or, 2 steps away from fighting for a title. So, you know what I mean?
Trinidad's doing pretty good. He moved to 2-0. Yeah. And the other thing about that too is Trinidad's a 65er and Caleb's a 65er. And if you break the record down even more from 3-4, 2-1 at 175.
Right.
At middleweight, I'm 2-1, and at 165, I'm 1-3. So, fighting at a higher weight is at a big difference as well.
Do you feel like zapped when you go down to 165? Are you pretty depleted to cut down that far?
I didn't think anything about it when I was doing it, but then, now that I'm back, I just did my first fight to 75 because that was just what was available. And then they're like, well, you can make 65. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure I could. So I went down to there. But then the only thing I know about doing 65 was, especially the first one I did against Caleb Harris, I did a huge weight cut, kind of like I would for an MMA fight. And then when I went in there, I was like, oh, I'm way bigger than he is. You know what I mean? Like, I got 10 pounds of muscle on this dude for sure. But it didn't really end up helping me any in the fight. If anything, the first fight I did against Francisco and the first fight I did before that at 175, I feel like I was a little bit smaller than those guys. And I almost kind of like being a little bit smaller because, I can move and you see everything and you're faster. And always when you're doing hand striking, like boxing, similar kind of striking, the power to speed differential, what you'd like to give up, you usually rather give up that power than the speed. So I think just being a little bit smaller guy and find a big 170-pounder that might be doing the same thing, making big weight cuts, guy like Francesco, guys like Medell, I think I fared great against all those guys up there at the top 5. And then you see a guy like Gogo, he fought at 175 until now he has aspirations to go for the belt. And then he went down to 165. So
yeah.
What do you think about Gogo? Like, Gogo is now 5-0 in like.
I'm listening. 10... I just got to grab my drink real quick.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll keep talking.
Sorry, no, you're good. I'm listening. It was just right over there. I had to get it.
He's 5-0 now in 10 months, right? Basically 10 months. And in the or 8 months, something like that. Like, wasn't his fight in December?
A little longer than that.
Or whatever. It's like 5 fights in under a year. 4 finishes. The first 3 guys, maybe nobody heard of him, but his last 2 fights, that guy, how'd you say his name? Kadyrov? Kadyrov, the Russian dude. He had bare knuckle experience over in Russia. He came over. Gogo took that on short notice and beat him unanimous decision. And then Yadena Cedeno is a veteran of the game, a longtime MMA veteran, tough dude. He went out there and did his thing. What are your thoughts on Gogo right now?
I think he's pretty good. I think what you said pretty much sums it up. I talked a little bit. I made a review on my new YouTube channel too, talking about last event, and I talked a little bit about it at the end. It's kind of fun, I liked his anytime I got to do a good walkout and a good fight, a good post-fight interview, that's always fun for the audience. That's the 3 you want to see from a guy. His record, I think you summed it up. The first 3 fights kind of were, easy fights. And so that's, it is what it is. It wins on his record, but, they definitely weren't. Guys, I can even think of their names right now, but he did do I think he did, like I said, he did them all at 175, which was smart that he just stayed up and wait. And then when he started to get title aspirations, then he dropped down to 165 when it counts, when he needs to start making the weight and to go after that belt.
Hey, Noah.
Yeah, he's good, man. He looked good. Yeah.
Hey, I just want to cut in real quick here. You're breaking up a bunch right now. Yeah, there we go. I knew it was going to happen soon. The time it was taken for that to happen, like between it was.
I had myself muted. I muted myself to see if that would fucking help, but it didn't.
Nah, something's going on with his Wi-Fi, whatever he's using his phone. But yeah, man, this card is unbelievable.
When you sit there and break down the card like that with him, when you're talking to him and he, like his placement on the card, he is before he steps onto this card, right?
Yeah.
You will have saw Chevy Bridges fight Kevin Kroom. You'll see Sito in his second fight against Nick Gonzalez. Then you'll see Christian Torres against Moreno. The Terminator's back against Moreno. Then you got Segala and Hinshaw, and you haven't even made it to Noah's fight yet. Then you got Noah's fight. Then you got Hardy and Watson, Dotson Grant, Trout Sanchez, Hunt Richmond, and somewhere in there, Faria and her opponent. Like,
Right.
what?
He was even surprised. That's the funny thing is he's reading the names here live, and he's like, "Oh shit, they're on the card. Oh my god. Oh, they're on the card too. Can't believe that. You know. Oh, forgot about her,
dude.
Yeah, it's really crazy. So if everyone who's watching, and Albert, thank you for waiting. You know, we got a little bit behind here. So when he comes back, we'll run the game with them real quick and get him through. If he comes on within the next couple minutes, if not, we'll pull Albert in here and we'll get on with the next interview, because then we have Grant coming in too. So stacked night tomorrow night. We got another stacked night. We have Jamie Hinshaw.
Yes. Our third guest is no longer.
Oh, okay. Well, that's sad.
Yeah, we were gonna have, and we will get him. Noah's back. We're gonna bring him on, and we'll finish up with Noah real quick. But we have Jamie Hinshaw and Charissa Sagala. They're gonna be fighting each other in Albuquerque. Them two are gonna come on, and we did have a third guest booked. I'll just tell you, because his manager said we just have to reschedule. We're gonna get him maybe next week, a little closer to the event. Greg Hardy. Greg Hardy was gonna come on the show tomorrow. Former NFL football superstar, turned UFC fighter, he just took a boxing match and fucking beat a dude boxing, and now he's going to take his
take the gloves off.
He's going to take his talents to bare knuckle. And remember this? Let's bring that picture up real quick. It's where is that thing?
It's gone. I can bring it back up.
Oh, you got rid of it?
Yeah.
Oh man, one of the biggest goddamn people I've ever talked to in my life. Noah, we lost him again.
I think we should.
Yeah, I would really like to finish up that interview with him. I feel bad now, but we got Albert Inclan hanging in there. Here's Noah. Let's bring him in. Let's bring him in here while his internet's still turned on. Let's go. Noah Cutter, you're back. What the hell happened?
Sorry, I think I lost connection, so I jumped on my sister's Wi-Fi.
I was just about to tell you that too. I was like, dude, you're getting really choppy, and then boom, you were gone. So like, I don't know what we were talking about right when you got off, but we're falling a little bit behind here. So we're going to fast forward into this little game we got for you.
We got a little thing called Your Cut with Noah Cutter. All you got to do, we're going to give you two things. You got to cut one. One of them's gone forever, and the other one's sticking around. This is too easy for you. First up, edibles or smoke?
Oh, man.
Cut one.
I have to cut edibles. Sorry to kiss my fist, but
sorry, your sponsor, but that's
you could still have him as a sponsor. Just give him to other people, or you just cutting it out of the world.
Yeah, well, I got Veteran Farm as a sponsor now, so you know.
Oh, so you got a little bit of both.
I love them both, but if I had to get rid of one, I would have to stop doing the edibles and keep smoking.
There you go.
Smoking's the OG style, right? That's the way it was meant to be.
Yeah, Cheech and Chong wouldn't be okay with you getting rid of the smoke.
Cheech and Chong up in edibles, it doesn't work.
Number two,
Breaking Bad or The Sopranos?
Ooh, cut Breaking Bad.
Woo, man, that's a tough one. And you could take that attitude right to Albuquerque, and you could tell that whole town, fuck you and you're Breaking Bad. Sopranos stays.
That's where it's from, huh? I forgot.
Yeah, there's like tours there and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're going to go throw a pizza on Walt's house when we get down there. Number three, you got to cut one. Spiders or snakes? Be gone.
I'd cut the spiders, man. Honestly,
that's the answer.
Spiders.
Spiders. The snakes, because the snakes kill more of the mice and little annoying shit like that. Spiders kill bugs. I mean, I guess that's important too, but damn.
That was the whole conversation today at work. We were trying to figure out
how many times you've been sitting there watching like something on your TV and you like look up and you see a spider walking across your ceiling and you're like, motherfucker, now I got to kill that thing. How many snakes have you seen do the same thing? Zero. You know what? I lived in a little crummy house with me and my buddy a long time ago, and there were snakes in the ceiling.
Oh, no.
Out of there.
No. That's nuts.
So you would actually see something like that. Like you'd just be looking up and be like, oh shit, a snake falling out of the corner of a crack of the ceiling or something.
Dude, you remember, Mike, do you remember when we were down in Corpus Christi for some military shit, and we're in the barracks, And I hear people like going, "Oh shit, look at this." There was a fucking black widow hanging from a web from the ceiling, and it was like it was about this high off the ground, like just dangling there. And my dumbass, I was like, I'm just gonna kill it with I'm gonna step on it, right? So I go like this to step on it, and my toe like kicks the fucking the web that he's hanging from, and it swings out and then swings back at me and like releases and lands on the fucking ground in front of me. And then I stomped it out, but it was pretty fucking scary. Anyways, fuck ceilings and fuck spiders and all that shit. Last one.
Chin clash or eye poke?
Oh, what the hell? What is a chin clash?
Oh, Kyle. He wrote that.
Shin. Fuck. I'm sorry. I have a 3rd grade education. It's a shin clash. Shin.
I was like, is that like button head, but with your freaking...
I was thinking that too. Like, yeah, you just break your jaw.
Shin.
Our chins hit each other.
Oh, shit. That doesn't sound nice. Shin clash, like kicks?
Yes.
Like checking kicks?
Yep.
I mean, I'll get rid of eye pokes. Shin checking is nasty. That sucks in the gym. But eye pokes, I wish that could never happen.
Yeah.
There you go.
Keep
That's too easy.
Intact.
That's too damn easy. Noah, if you want to shout some people out, do it now. Give us a prediction for your fight if you want to, and then we'll catch up with you in Albuquerque.
For the fight, real quick, I'm not predicting a knockout. Maybe a fight of the night. Maybe a knockout of the night. I'm not predicting either, though. But my goal is to hit him with as many significant strikes as I possibly can and outstrike him and put him away, whether it be by knockout or by decision. Either way, I'm ready to go. And let me shout out, man, big thanks for you shouting out the Kiss My Fist. Thanks to him. Thanks to Veterans Farms. Thank you to my boy Taylor and Destin in Pensacola. Money Cuts for cutting my hair. I'm going to have a nice custom haircut when I go to fight. Thank you to Boxer Point, my guys that make my hand wraps and all my gear and gloves and different things like that. Thank you to Sydney that does my taxes. Thank you to my coach, Dwayne, Train with Dwayne, who sponsored me for my fight. I just went to Miami with my coach, and he's also my sensei, and got my 2nd degree black belt in karate. So I'm going to be looking to do some more kickboxing and different things like that this year, as well as bare knuckle. And let's see. Hold on. I know I'm forgetting people. Thank you to Main Street Fitness, my gym. That's where we do the Train with Dwayne and Fight Club downstairs. I coach and teach one-on-ones there. And thank you to AMF for making the shirts. And thank you to Mary Jane's House of Glass.
Nice.
OG. Man, I don't even got a piece of paper in front of me, and
that's impressive.
Yeah.
You just rattled that shit off pretty impressively. Noah, can't wait to see you back in there. I'm excited to get down to Albuquerque and watch this incredible event that you're going to be smack dab in the middle of. Best of luck, and we'll catch up when we get down there. Mike, got anything else for Noah?
Nah, man, I just can't wait to see this fight. It's always a great fight when you're involved, so I'm not even worried. I know it's going to be awesome.
Awesome, man. Thank you. I can't wait to see you guys there. And shout out to Dorian, too, my graphic designer, for making everything. And thank you guys, man. I can't wait to see you guys in Albuquerque.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
man. We'll see you later.
Later.
There he
did
is.
You just
Noah
kiss his fist when he did that? Did you?
No, he did the kiss my fist. Yeah,
it was so fast. I didn't get a chance to.
Yeah, dude. Never a dull moment in a Noah Cutter fight. We keep saying it. We're repeating ourselves on that shit. But I swear to God, go back and just get on the app and watch all of his fights. Just go watch them all, and you'll be fully entertained. Gladiator Arena shit. This next guy. He fought. Then a year went by, and we hadn't seen him back in that ring. He made major adjustments. Hooked himself up with a really great gym, and he showed up Friday night.
Yes.
In Myrtle Beach, BKFC 35, and this kid really showed out against a really talented boxer in Devin Gibson. Let's bring him on right now. Let's talk to Albert Trill Flight Inclan. What's up, buddy?
Big dog.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What's up, man? How you guys doing?
Doing great. Doing great. It's good to see you again.
You look like you're 15 pounds heavier than you were Friday. Is that true?
Hey man, my coach gonna get so mad, but yeah,
Yeah, you look like you're loving life right now.
I'm eating pizza right now, some chicken wings while I was waiting for you guys.
Oh, I saw you. Make me hungry.
Yeah, man. I got another week of I got another week where I could kind of eat easy, and then after that, I'll
What kind of wings
get
you
back
having?
into work. Um, they wanted some boneless. I call them chicken nuggets when they get them boneless.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, no, they're really good. There's like Parmesan and hot. They're really good. I'm not gonna lie.
Albert,
Nice.
Albert, we got to talk about your performance this past weekend. Like, I want to say that it was one of the, if not the most impressive, it was one of the most impressive performances on that card that night, only because a lot of people had only seen you fight that one time against David Diaz, and it was kind of a wild fight, and it was a year had passed. People had pretty much not forgotten about you, but like you hadn't been around. But we did know a lot about Devin Gibson, and they're like, wow, they're gonna match him up in his second fight with a guy like Devin. This is fucking dangerous. Boy, you really changed the minds of a lot of people. Talk a little bit about this new Albert Inclan, the gym you're training with, and the changes you made to really come out and show out like you did.
um, I what was big was the weight cut and the hydrogenating part. It felt so good after the weigh-ins to hydrogenate the right way. To not last time I ate chicken strips and French fries after my weight cut. This one I ate some vegetables, some salmon. I hydrogenated right, drank some Pedialyte. It was a different approach all the way around. And then with the coach that I have now, both of my coaches they don't play, and they're really hard on me because I'm a jokester, so they tend to think sometimes that I'm not taking it serious. So like they press me even more, and it's just a little crazy, man. Just to work out. My sparring matches are when I'm saying like I get busted mouth and everything like that, black eyes, like I'm fighting legit people. We're going the full 3 minute rounds. Sometimes I go six. Sometimes I spar three different people, and you get a fresh look. And each of them are wanting to go in there and kill you. So it's it's a just a whole. What I did the first camp was cool. You know, I was like, oh, I kind of knew what I had to do, but no, it's a different game when you're wanting to be like a professional and you're getting to that level. Just the training is different. When
Now,
I knew Gibson was a gamer for sure.
right. And now you're here, right? You came out, and that performance was so impressive that you are going to get in the conversations to talk to. You could pretty much match up with anybody in that 135 division. This fight was at 130, right?
Yeah,
But your main focus is the 135 division, correct?
correct.
So, with that said, now that you have come out, you got this W, you impressed the shit out of everybody, you impressed the bosses, you impressed the media, you impressed the audience. You also impressed your competition, I would say. They might say that you didn't, but they're full of shit if they say that. Go ahead and say what you got to say. Say who do you want to fight next? What is the plans for Albert Inclan going forward with this bantamweight division? And like how are your hands right now? How soon can we see you back in there?
Mines are good. I just gotta wait for my stitches to heal up. They're already closing up. I should take them out in a couple of days. They they said June, July. Well, they asked me when do I want to be back, so I told them June or July is when I plan to be back. I mentioned after my win, I made sure to mention Diaz because I want to fix that loss I had, just so he can't say once I climb the ladder, he can't say that he beat me without saying I knocked him out. So I'd rather fix that, and then after that, go for Travis. If Sito's there, I wouldn't mind, but if he has nothing to offer me, closer to a title, I'd rather defend my title against him than have to fight for him for the title. Plus, you have Jarod there. I know Jared's gonna fight Johnson at 125, but however that works out, if he ends up coming back up, because he is isn't he the number one contender still at 135 or no?
Yes, he is.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and me, and- excuse me and Grant do have a little history, so not like bad.
Right.
I think we both knew that we were gonna see each other down the road if I stick to it. So that's like he's there. I know he's there. I don't really mention him because I'm not trying to like come off as rude or disrespectful or nothing. Like if we fight each other, then it is what it is. It's gonna be love with him, like regardless of how him and Ryan helped me for my first fight. But it's Travis and Diaz is who I want right now.
So you let the promotion know that I want Diaz next. Did they seem into that or what?
Nate Shook said, I stated my case and he didn't say no. He just said he didn't have nobody in mind yet.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't give me Diaz, then I'll take Travis. But it's just everything has to kind of make sense in a way, you know how everything's being handled. I think. Go ahead.
What do you think about a Ryan Reber fight? Have you watched any of Ryan's fights? Now the new rankings just came out today, and Jarod Grant is still number 1, Travis number 2, David Diaz number 3. Dat Win is number 4 somehow. I'm not gonna lie, he hasn't fought in over 15 months. I really don't think he should have a spot in that top 5 until he gets back active again. But he sits at number 4, and then Ryan Reber at number 5. The two guys that you just said you're interested in fighting, David Diaz trying to get that W back, is sitting at number 3. Travis Thompson number 2. They might not throw you right into a fight with one of those two top 3 guys, but like Ryan Reber is an exciting new fighter at 135, and he's 3-0 in 2022. I think you and him could do a nice
Right.
little scrap.
Ryan Reaver better blame the promotion for doing it because I don't want to hurt him. But if they want me to hurt him, then I'll hurt him. I wouldn't mind putting my hands on him. He doesn't like pressure.
I think that would be a good matchup to make for sure.
Yeah, if they offer it, I'll take it for sure. He said he'd take it if I would have won. But then after he gave me my props, but I think I gave everybody a reality check, and that was an okay performance because I did get hit twice right here in the beginning when I shouldn't have gotten hit. You didn't see the dog come out of me. You just see me do my thing, but you'll see me at my best when someone doesn't decide to run and I'm standing there with me. Then you're gonna see, all right, who could bang, who got some more skill. Gibson, when I said he cracked the shit out of me in the first one, he did because it still hurts to eat. But
Really?
but I knew that I was gonna take it.
That's why you're eating soft ass chicken nuggets and bread right now.
Yeah, no resist. The least amount of resistance you can get from some food, right? Nice and
Dude,
soft.
I ate a burger the other day and it was hurting to eat the burger because I go, ow. But
Albert,
cool.
they don't do post-fight in-ring interviews, so you didn't get an opportunity to do like what Keith Richardson did. He shouted his father out, but he had lost his father 2 weeks before them. You lost your mother, dude. Going into that, where were you mentally heading into this fight? And what happened with your mom? Was she sick? I don't know the story, and I apologize.
No worries. Yeah, she was battling cancer for a good amount of years. I'd say about 6 or 7, maybe, or maybe less, maybe like 5, maybe. But it was that time that God wanted to call her up, so he called her. It's pretty
Yeah.
much what we seen it coming, but it is what it is. I'm going into the fight. Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
No, just like we said to Keith, man, that takes a lot of poise, a lot of resilience to be able to go through something like that, and then so soon have to step into a ring in front of 3,000 people and actually fight someone.
That's a position that if you said I can't fight, I can't do this, like nobody would have been like, what, are you kidding me? Like,
right.
That's like a 100% hey man, we understand type of deal. Like, and I give you a lot of credit for doing that, man, because it makes me like, if I think about it, it makes me tear up thinking like that's not an easy situation. Then you're going out there, and a lot of people are saying like, you're gonna lose. So that's even more added pressure on top of that. And you came through. So very sorry to hear about your mother, man. And I'm so glad that you did well and that you can at least go home with your head held high and happy about that. So it must have been great to go home to your family and celebrate about this, you know?
I knew, like, I'm not being like cocky or nothing. I knew what I was gonna do. It was just like, it was about that time, you know, like obviously if you go based off my first performance and based off Gibby's performances, his past performances, it looks like they're about to slaughter, like I'm about to be slaughtered. But it was just like I knew what I could do. It was just going there, getting the job done, and then coming home. That's all I wanted to do. Just get the fight over with and handle it. There was no pressure, to be honest. It's another day. I'm weird like that. I know how to numb my feelings and my emotions. Like I know how to talk about them, of course, but when it was game time, it was game time. It was just like, yo, let's go have fun. Like this is what you do. This is who you are. Go do it.
Yeah, man, it was a great performance. It was a courageous performance, obviously coming off of something like that tragic in your life, in your personal life. And I really think that you put a lot of people on notice that night that you are a serious competitor in that bantamweight division. And I hope that we get to see you back in June or July or even sooner if you're feeling up to it. And that you stay active in that division, because it is a division full of exciting fighters. We're going to be talking to one in a minute here. Jarod Grant's up next. But yeah, we wish you the best of luck for sure. And is there anything else that you want to say to anybody that may be listening right now before we let you go?
All you 135ers, I'm about to whoop your asses. As much as you don't like me, as much as you can't stand me, I know a lot of these fighters have reached out that don't like me, and they even said it like, yo, I don't fucking like you, but this performance. And it's one of this like, I told y'all so. And this is the first. Like anything after this, trust me in what I say. I was holding off because I didn't want to gas out. Because I wanted to make sure that I could take Gibbons to full distance. But now that I know I could press it in the third round, the second round, I know that I could only get stronger. It's gonna be I don't know. I'm about to whoop all your asses. That's the only thing I can say.
Well, I can say this before we let you go. If you go back in our comment section after we're done here, you can go back and you can read everything. We got one person saying Inclan versus Cutman G. We got Sito saying that he probably, you got Royal Reaver in there saying that he don't. You got Reaver. You got Shady Grady in there saying that he'll stop you.
Oh no, stop it, Shady. I like you, but don't say that. Don't say that.
So you got plenty of people that are lining up to fight you. Great job this past weekend. Enjoy your time off, heal up, and we'll see you back in there soon. All right, brother?
You see these knuckles? They don't want no smoke with me. But yes, I appreciate you guys for having me on. And I'm a savage. Remember that.
All right. We'll get you back on next time. We'll play some games with you and shit. All right?
All right. Then you guys go talk to Jarod.
All right. Have a good one.
Man. Thanks for waiting, man.
No problem.
There he is, man. That's Trill Flight. He explained to me what the Trill Flight nickname was when we saw him down at Myrtle Beach. I didn't quite understand. I knew what Trill stands for, but I mean, like, what's Trill Flight? And go back. I think it might be internet, maybe not. I don't know. But either way,
I thought you were about to tell me what it meant.
No.
Damn,
well, he said Trill was like fucking.
It's a musical thing.
Yeah, but he was like, if you're Trill, like where he's from, Trill is like you're down, you're cool, or whatever. But flight is like you're about to take off. Is like you're ready to fucking scrap at any time. Trill Flight, like cool guy, fighter guy. I don't know, ninja warrior. Anyways,
just asked him. He was just here.
Yeah, I know, but we're running way too late, dude. We're running way too late. Our last guest of the evening is patiently waiting. He is fighting John Dotson in Albuquerque in 2 weeks from now at Knucklemania 3. This is a huge fight. probably the biggest name he's fought in his career so far, and he is moving down to 125 to do it.
Yeah.
Let's talk to Kid Gatti himself, Jarod Grant. What's up, brother?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, dude? That beard's looking pretty long these days.
Yeah, my girl won't let me cut it, so she's like wants me to grow it out. I've been growing out for like 9 months now. So
the old lion's mane.
Yeah.
Oh man, so how you been? We haven't seen you in a while. Last time we saw you was the Reggie fight, and you had the eye poke thing that happened there. I don't know if we've talked to you since that injury.
No, guys. Nope, we haven't talked.
No, we haven't. So let's just talk about that for a second. I remember that dude that night. Let me just tell you, we were there, working, but we're kind of watching the fight from back near the curtain area because we're doing the interviews right in the back. So we're standing by the curtain area, and the fight's going on, and then all of a sudden the thing with the eye, the thumb to the eye, or whatever happened, but nobody really understood what the fuck happened.
No,
and it was like there was a really weird long break in action to where like something happens in the ring, and then all of a sudden you're leaving, and they're not announcing anything, and like a good 5 minutes goes by, and then finally they make talk a little bit about that night, and give us an update on the eye, dude.
Well, as far as my eye, it's good. Everything's good with my eye. It was a really bad eye poke, but as far as that night, nothing. I'm not gonna sit here and take anything away from Reggie. He fought a good fight. That night. I could say that I didn't feel myself or blah 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 this and that, but at the end of the day, he won the fight. Fifth round, his nail did go into my eye, and Reggie does have a past history of poking people in the eye. Even with Travis Thompson, his last fight, I don't think he means to. I think it's just the way he throws his punches, So it was with his thumb, so it was a really bad eye. I couldn't see out my eye for almost a month. So
for those who didn't see it, what Jarod just described is exactly right. When he threw that punch, his thumb wasn't like curled under.
He left his thumb out.
His thumb was like out to the side. So he was throwing a punch, but the thumb like clipped you on the eyeball.
It just caught my eye. And I'm not gonna sit here and say he did it on purpose, because he was winning all the rounds. So I don't think he would just want to just throw risk fucking getting disqualified, doing it on purpose. So, it was just an accident. It happens. I just gotta fight a better fight next time.
Right. And now we see you training. We talked to Ryan. We know you're back, stronger than ever. Dude, you're throwing some fucking weight around that that guy's 70 pounds bigger than you throw around. So impressive there. But I see you in the gym throwing weight around and doing shoulder presses with 50-pound dumbbells and shit. I don't know how you're cutting to 125 and doing this at the same time. So tell me a little bit about talk a little bit about that. You're cutting down to 125 to take on this dude.
Well, yeah, but remember, people think that when you lift weights, you get bulky. That's if you're at a calorie surplus,
Yeah.
When you lift weights, lifting weights burns the most fat, especially when you mix it with cardio. So, it's not like eating 4,000 calories a day and fucking lifting weights and getting jacked. That's not what it is. I look bigger because I'm just cutting whatever fat that I had. I don't have a lot of fat, but just whatever, and then just making me look even that much bigger, but it's getting me stronger, lifting those heavy weights and stuff. I'm mixing it in with so I'll do my boxing cardio, I'll do all that, and then I'll do my weights and stuff. So I just been incorporating both,
Dude, you're going in there against the biggest name you've ever fought to date, right? John Dotson's the biggest name you've ever stepped in there with. Now, Dotson, he's no joke, dude. He's an Ultimate Fighter winner. He's knocked out some of the best in MMA. He came out there and he knocked out Ryan Benoit in his first fight. He's extremely fast. He's got a lot of power. Him and his brother both have a lot of power for little guys. What do you think about John Dodson? This is such a huge opportunity for you. And they said exciting. That they also said it's a title eliminator. So
yeah,
big news for you, man.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the name goes, yeah, it's a really big fight. Biggest fight, biggest name I'm gonna fight. But as far as what I think about him, I think he's taking me lightly. I think he thinks it's gonna be an easy walkover, which is gonna work to my advantage just fine. He thinks he's gonna come in there and have an easy night. I mean, I think we both know that's not the case when you fight. So, I mean, that's just gonna be him to find out that night.
If anybody thinks it's going to be an easy night, if he's basing it off of your last fight, he's got to be sorely mistaken, because you obviously were not yourself in that Reggie Barnett fight. I don't know if it was something that Reggie did that like maybe threw your game off, but in
No,
in all the fights leading up to that Reggie fight, dude,
it seemed like you performed a lot differently that night. There was something a little off.
Right, go back to the Travis Thompson fight and then
exactly,
try to take you lightly. So I think taking you lightly is a huge mistake. You're going to be in his hometown, biggest card maybe they've ever put together. It's a huge opportunity for you as for growth for a fighter.
What's different too is Jarod had a baby here. Well, he didn't have the baby, right? But he was born after that fight, right? So that was like leading up to that too. How's that been?
Nah, man, it's been amazing. It's been amazing, man, and I think it kind of worked out perfect for me, because I mean, after the fight, literally like a couple weeks later, he was born. So it kind of like took my mind off of everything else, and then just now, it kind of helped me in a way, because it got me back on track and focused. Like now, I feel like a whole, like just me training and sparring, I feel really, really fucking good.
Yeah, it gives you a whole new like meaning for life.
Yeah, motivation.
It does. There's something about a kid. It just does that, and I get it. Like people without kids, and even before I had kids, I could give a shit about somebody's kids. You know what I'm saying? And it's still kind of like that for the most part. But once you get kids, it's just something changes about you in your life, and it is like you said, it's a whole new motivation. I bet you that guy kept you up all night long for a few weeks there. How was he?
What do you know? He's still keeping me up. He's still keeping me up. Yeah, man. He's gotten a lot better. Don't get me wrong. He's about to be 6 months, so now he actually sleeps throughout the night and stuff. But man, he's a handful. But
you go from like 10 diapers down to like 7 a day. That's fine. Now you're only spending like $100 instead of $150. Yeah,
literally.
Do you have Does your girl stay home with him, or does he go to daycare or anything like that?
No. My wife, her mother has her own company, like tax. She's an accountant. So my girl works with her and stuff. So she can work from home. She can work in the office.
Nice.
So she works from home now, because she knows I'm in training camp. So she, that's the good thing about it. So she lets me train. She lets me rest. So she does everything while taking care of the baby while she's at home. So it works out perfect for me.
I was going to tell you, dude, don't make jokes about like shaking the baby or anything like that at the daycare, because they don't like that shit.
No.
I went in there one day, and this girl, she's like, Jackson didn't sleep very well today. And I go, well, how long did you shake him for? And she goes, what? I go, it usually only takes about a minute. And then he goes right out. And she was like, Kyle, you can't do that. I was like, I'm fucking around. She's like,
I can't don't get me wrong. He could be very agitating sometimes. Like the baby cry, especially when I just come from training. I just hear him screaming. I just have to. I literally go step outside and just go sit in my car. Can't.
Dude, there's like
really agitating.
When we had our first kid, I fucking straight up said to Amy, and I feel like so. He was like you said, he was very gassy. He could not sleep through a night. Like he had to like fucking work his legs and like work the.
I do that all day. Yeah, I literally do the bicycles with his leg, but I do all that shit.
Dude, there was a few like nights in a row where this motherfucker wouldn't let us get a wink of sleep, and I was like losing my fucking mind. And I'm like, we finally get him to sleep, and I'm sitting there next to Amy on the couch. I was like, now I understand why people drown their kids in bathtubs. She was like, are you serious? I was like, I'm not serious. But I can see it now.
I make those jokes. I make those jokes with my girl. And she can't take them. I make Listen, if you knew my real sense of humor, you guys would be like, "What the fuck?"
It's probably very similar to ours.
No, yeah, I have a very dark sense of humor. So the only person that's probably know is probably Ryan, my coach. He's the only one that probably ever see my like dark sense of humor, and my girl, of course. So.
Well, I'd like to see it sometime because I love a good laugh.
Yeah,
dude, we just saw Ryan. So, like, you just brought up Ryan. Let's talk about your team for a second, man. You guys are a bunch of fucking killers out of that gym. Like Go-Go, like we just talked about him a minute ago. Go-Go is now 5 fights in 10 months and all, four finishes, 1 decision. He's fast tracking. You're the top of your division, and now you're going to another division and trying to dominate one over there. You got Duran at 155. You got HD at 145. You got Jeremy Smith at 205 and 185. That fucking gym is one of the, like, no bullshit. It's one of the most impressive gyms in all of bare knuckle.
Yeah. I mean, that's all thanks to Ryan. He's built us, starting from me. I was the first, his first fighter, and his first bare knuckle fighter. And man, we just, me and him both, like, paved the way and started building our team. Well, he started building our team. I'm the fighter. So, but
yeah, but you know
Ryan,
what? A lot of people see you and they say, "Hey, I want to be like that guy. I want to go to that gym." And sure, Ryan's the mastermind there behind the whole thing, behind the scenes. But they see you in the ring and they're like, "I want to be like that guy." So you're bringing those guys in.
No, I know, but I have to give Ryan a lot of credit. I've watched him. I've watched his phone blow up a million times. Like his phone does not stop ringing. Like this guy's always working, like pulling strings, doing like, trust me, the shit he does in order to, like, what you see is not even like 10% of the stuff that like, that makes our team what it is,
Yeah.
It's all right.
And I know, and he's really excited to debut your guys' like shiny new toy there. Bryce Henry is going to be
oh, that's going to be ridiculous. That's going to be
Can you tell us in your
I don't think
words?
have you guys ever seen Bryce fight or no?
No. And
okay, no, you guys, I don't know
Go
what
ahead.
to say about that. It's gonna be like it's just gonna be ridiculous. Like the shit that he's gonna do. Like I can almost guarantee he's not gonna get touched, and he's just gonna play with the guy. Like he's just gonna play around with him for 5 rounds, or he's just gonna hit the guy one time so hard in his eyeball that he's just gonna fucking stop.
Damn, man.
Did he fight on the Triller Triad card?
Yeah, he fought he fought Triller, and he was the main event, I think.
Maybe I did.
He's the one that Ryan was talking about this past week.
Right. No, I know who he is. Like by because you talk. I mean, we just talked to you about him, but like Ryan hasn't stopped talking about him for months.
That match that he was talking about.
No, you guys have to see him. Like once you see him in person, you see him spar, or once you see him fight. Like he's world champion material. Like in boxing, he's world champion material. Like he could beat 90% of these guys that are world champions right now.
Wow, man!
And I'm not saying that because he's my team or anything. Because if I just saw Bryce like in a gym and I watched him, I would know right there. Because I watch a lot of boxing, and just seeing what he's done to other people, like, and like not shitty people. And that he doesn't just go spar like trash cans and shit. No, he goes against top contender guys and making it look easy.
Wow.
I spar with Bryce and I take advice. Like I learn new tricks from Bryce and stuff and all that. So
And he's a 145er, or what is he?
No. He's
155.
One probably like 155, 165. I don't know.
Is he up there?
Around that way. Yeah. He's like 6'4". He's like 6'4" or something.
Right. That's why I thought he was like a really.
They got him at 165 for this fight.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Shit. Are we gonna see a Bryce and Go-Go fight in the future? I hope not. You guys will be torn in the gym.
No, we're all pretty close.
No, that's fucking awesome, man. I can't wait to see that. Now, John Dotson's your opponent here, and it is in a new weight class for you. But like we said a minute ago, you are still ranked number 1 at 135, and now Johnny Bedford's out of the picture. He has retired and hung it up. So, I thought they had announced that Reggie is the undisputed champion. They still have Johnny Bedford listed as the champion in the rankings with him as the
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it's been over like fucking 2 years since this guy. That's the only reason why I've been I was taking fights back to back. Like I took the Reddick fight, I took the Reggie fight. I was taking fights nonstop back to back because waiting on this guy I would have still been waiting right now, waiting on Bedford.
Yeah,
right.
Oh, yeah.
And they still got him. So he's out of the picture. You're going to 125. You're in a title eliminator down there. Is the plan still to run that back with Reggie? Is that like
Yeah, of course.
next on the docket for you?
Yeah. Like I'm gonna clearly, the goal is to go fight for the 125 strap, get it. And if I have to end up letting that belt go in order to go fight Reggie, then that's what I'll do. Or maybe Reggie comes down to 125 and we fight for the 125 strap. Either way, I want to get, I want to run it back with Reggie. I want to get my look back.
Right. And I wonder what they're doing with Reggie, because we talked to him down in Myrtle Beach and he guaranteed us that he's going to be at the top of that Virginia card in March, right? It's in March.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I don't know who he's fighting.
I wonder who the hell they're going to have him fight, because you're occupied. I would imagine
say if he was defending. I don't even think he said he was defend. I don't know if he's defending his one. If he's not defending, if he didn't say he's defending his 135 belt, then I'm assuming he might be fighting at 125. And if I beat Dodson, then maybe they put me and him to fight for the 125 belt. I don't know.
Is
So
that
what
too
he
soon,
said-
though? Go ahead, Mike.
So what Reggie said in the post-fight interview that Kyle did with him, well, it wasn't really a post-fight, but he was at the fight, so we got an interview with him, and Reggie said, "I can't tell you who it is or the weight class, but I can guarantee you that if it's 135 or 125, it is going to be for a belt." So I'm like, okay, like, are they going to unveil the 125-pound belt, or is he just going to defend his strap? So I don't know.
No, I think there's nobody at 135 besides, maybe it would either be me or that. It would be me or that, and we already know I'm fighting Dotson, so the only thing I could think of would be that. Or he fights somebody at 125. He just sent somebody at 125 and dead. Winner of me and Dotson, he gets, So
yeah, so if it's 125, I was just thinking, like, the only person I can think of is JR Ridge. That's the name that comes to my mind.
Yeah.
They don't even have flyweight listed in the rankings. I don't even see it. So yeah, it just seems strange to me that, like, we'd be, we're a month and a half away from that fucking Virginia card and they don't have an opponent for him. So I don't know. I feel like that might be too fast of a turnaround for you and Dotson, either one of you guys, to turn around and fight him in Virginia. So we'll see what they do there, man. It's
depending how I come out the fight. If I come out good, then I'm ready to go again, Like if I fought, like, in the beginning of my career, you saw me, I was fighting back to back to back, like literally, like I'll fight and literally next month or 2 months I'll fight again. So
yeah.
I went on a little streak.
It very well could happen.
Dude, can't wait to see this fight with you and Dotson down there. The card's fucking insane, top to bottom, great fights, and your guys is right up there at the top, sharing a card with Diego Sanchez and Lorenzo and Mike. It's just awesome. And Austin Trout, unbelievable. We're gonna get you out of here. We're gonna play a little game. Jarod Kid Gatti Grant, you are going to define a word. I'm going to give you a word, and you just got to tell me what you think it means. These are all Urban Dictionary. Here we go. First word is month.
Month?
Yeah. What do you think a month is?
I don't have any idea what this.
The month? I don't. The only thing I could think of, like a mutt or like a fucking mix, like a mixture or something. I don't know.
Oh, the answer is popular Australian word meaning something to be broken or unusable.
Australian word, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know Australian, so I was never gonna get that shit.
Yeah. I was thinking man cunt. Oh, I said the C word. Sorry, ladies. All right, number 2.
Oh, you might get this one because I got it earlier. Shexting.
It's fucking sexting. Like, it's fucking. Isn't that what it is?
Well, sexting is sexting.
Oh yeah, sexting, sex.
You'll get this. I know it.
Fuck. I don't know.
My wife got it. I asked Amy earlier, and she got it right away.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it because I believe that women
I don't fucking know. Go ahead. Tell
Here
me.
we go. Here it is.
Texting whilst taking a dump on the porcelain throne. Shitting and texting. Shexting. Wow. Yeah.
I've never heard of these shits. All right, go ahead.
No. Okay.
These are all like way off the wall.
Way off the wall.
We don't even expect you to get one of these right at all.
What do you think of Steven Glansberg is?
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Me neither.
Steven Glansberg, it's actually from a movie called Superbad, and it's that kid who sits alone in the lunchroom every day and eats his dessert by himself.
Yeah, I watched that movie.
You're going to make me sit all alone like Steven fucking Glansberg? Yeah. Number 4.
Oh, here's a good one. This is a good one. I do know the answer to this one. Sporking. So it's similar to spooning.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. Is
sporking. So something's different.
Well, it's fucking 2 gay guys cuddling together.
That is funny.
Probably.
That is funny.
It's very close.
All right, go ahead. Let's see it.
I believe gay couples and straight couples can do it. Go ahead, Mike.
The act of spooning with the addition of an erection. Okay. Sporking.
Sporking leads to sex 99.9% of the time.
Yep.
Right?
Spooning leads to sporking 99.9% of the time.
And the last one is beef walk. What is a beef walk?
Beef walk. Fuck. Beef walk. I don't know. You guys like when you have fucking an issue with somebody on the streets. I don't know.
That's what I thought it would be, right?
I think that's too.
And actually, I asked a few people this today, and they all said that, including my wife. My wife was like, when you got beef with somebody and you walk up on them, and I said, no, the answer is going outside or away from a group in order to fart with less consequence. That is a beef walk.
I would have never gotten out of them shits.
Dude,
that's the Urban Dictionary for you.
That's like when you go out with like a girl that you've never been out with before, like for the first so many times, and you just holding those things in for like 4 hours straight, and you're like, oh, you're starting to get like pains.
I've been with my girl for 4 years, and I just do it right in her face.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about, the first few dates where you're like out to dinner or doing something, and you're like, damn, I'm just gonna wait, and you hold it in, and then you get home and you're like, fucking just let loose.
Yeah, you just fucking let it go and blame it on the kitchen, Mike. You just blame it. I'd be like, wow, what are they cooking back there? What the fuck is that shit? Anyways, man, those were tough words. You didn't get any of them. Who would? Anyways, say a few final things. We'll let you go. We cannot wait to see you fight down in Albuquerque. Take a minute, and then we'll let you get out of here.
No, just shout out to my sponsors, OnlyFans, Brad, Native Roots, and Guerrilla Warfare. You know, shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys for having me on.
Absolutely, man. You're welcome anytime. And like we said, we can't wait to see you back in there against a guy like John Dotson. This is going to be exciting down in Albuquerque. Mike, you got anything else for him?
Man, I can't wait to, just like he said, can't wait for Albuquerque. You're going to love it there. I don't know if you've ever been there before, but man, the crowd and the fans there are absolutely insane. The best, probably the best place that we've been so far for fans.
Nice. Well, I'm ready to put on a show, so.
There it is. Well, welcome back, and we will see you in a couple weeks.
All right, see you guys. Thank you for having me on, man.
Later.
Peace.
That is Jarod Kid Gatti Grant, the number 1 ranked bantamweight on the roster.
He could be doing a beef walk right now. See, he played it off well, but as soon as that camera shut off, oh my god, I thought those guys were going to talk forever. You know.
Mike, let's talk before we're going to hang this up in a minute here, but we did bring up the rankings. And
bring it up. There is something.
I do like some new things on here. I like the fact that at lightweight, Connor Turney is finally in the rankings, right? At 150. Oh no, he's at 165. He's sitting at number 5 at 165. I like the fact that James Lilly has jumped up to 1 in the lightweight division. Tom Schoaf has broken into the top 5 in the lightweight division. I still don't understand. No disrespect to Chad Mendez, but I don't feel like he should be in that top 5 at all. And I'm only saying that because his only fight in BK in bare knuckle, you know, he fought a guy who was unranked. He fought Fames. He fought a guy that he was supposed to beat, and that's it. And he hasn't been back since. So I don't understand how he's in the top 5 now. Another one that I didn't quite understand, and I want to see what your opinion is on this, Michael. Pound for pound.
Oh boy.
Pound for pound. Now, I'm going to read the pound for pound right now, and I'm sure a lot of people will agree with a lot of this. Luis Palomino, number 1. Right? Number 2, Lorenzo Hunt. Number 3, Arnold Adams. We're still doing good here. Reggie Barnett, number 4. This last one is the one that I don't quite get. And like I said, there's no disrespect to this guy because he is 3-0 and he's been
love
great.
This guy actually.
I love him. He's great.
I love him. I think he's fantastic.
Houston Alexander is sitting number 5 on pound for pound over Mike Richmond, over
Dave Mundell.
Dave Mundell. I just don't understand.
There's a lot more. I mean, if you took Connor Turney's record in before, if you took, there's a,
dude,
I
don't see the word men's pound for pound right there. So Christine Faria should be sitting in the top 5. If they're not going to do a men's and a women's pound for pound, maybe Christine should be there. But no disrespect to Houston. I love this dude. He's been around forever. How about Gogo? Yeah, Slaughterhouse is in the comments saying Gogo 5-0. There's a lot of mystery in that one right there. I don't really know how
very mysterious.
It's and I thought there was one more that I didn't quite understand. I'm like trying to breeze through them.
Well, for me, what I'll tell you the one that gets me, and it's back to the
cruiserweight. Number 5 at cruiserweight. That was the one that I was going to bring up. Number 5 at cruiserweight is Izatula Kakar.
Yes. Oh,
Izatula Kakar.
He fought on BKFC 17.
Dude.
In April of 21.
He hasn't fought in almost 2 years. He's fought one time. He's 1-0. Now, I will admit, when you breeze through this roster,
there's not a lot at cruiserweight.
There's not a lot at cruiserweight. But honestly, Chris Camozzi at 1-0 makes more sense. Chris Camozzi at 1-0 should be in the top 5 over Izatula Kakar.
Right.
Jeremy Smith is 3-0, and I know that his only one fight at cruiserweight, he weighed 195, but he is 1-0 and he's 3-0 in the last year. So he would make more sense. I don't quite understand. Can you make sense out of this, Mike?
No. It's silly. It's silliness. That's silly. I don't know. The one that I was gonna say, going back to flyweight, is
flyweight even listed though?
Yeah, men's flyweight. Tyler Randall at number 1. J.R. Ridge is number 2. Marciano Hernandez is number 3, which I have beef with. And number 4, Daniel Alvarez, 5, Cari Caprio. So I don't believe that Tyler Randall should be first, but he went 1-1 this year. J.R. Ridge, I think, put in a little more work this year and has more wins. So I think that kind of tells its own story. No, I mean, I think they probably even agree themselves.
Yeah.
Marciano Hernandez even being ranked, I don't think it's right because of the fact that he hasn't fought any good talent at all. I mean, not even close to. And I feel a little bit bad because I don't mean to be disrespectful. He did fight Joe Gregory. He passed away. Wicked cool dude. I super sad that he's gone. But we all know, if you go back and watch his fights, he was not like a top tier fighter. That is one of the fights that Marciano Hernandez, and he was at number 1 forever. So I don't know. And the other guy he fought, it's kind of the same thing. So the guy fought 2 guys that do not deserve someone to be ranked from fighting. It's
Tyler Randall is coming off a loss.
Yeah, he's coming off a loss.
How did he go? Wasn't he
against Cari Caprio in Florida?
But he was ranked third before.
Yeah.
So he went. So
he jumped over Ridge somehow.
So he loses. He loses a fight and goes up 2 ranks to 1, and then Joshua Ridge in the same time has gone 2-1 and looked amazing in his last 2 fights. So, yeah, you know what? They're getting better. These rankings are getting better. There's a lot that I do like in here. There's a lot that make a lot of sense, but the Kakar one definitely needs to be figured out. I feel like that one is insanity. And the pound for pound to leave Mike Richmond or Gogo or Dave Mondell or Christine Faria out of that is a travesty. And but you go through those rankings, and I think people will like a lot of what they saw. So good on them for figuring this thing out. With that said, we got another show tomorrow night, guys. We are excited to talk to two ladies tomorrow night. We got Jamie Hinshaw and Charissa Sagala, who will be fighting each other.
Yeah.
At Knucklemania 3 in a couple weeks.
That should be a good little battle.
Yep. Shout out to all the fighters that came through tonight. Sito, Noah Cutter, Inclan, and Jarod Kid Gatti Grant. All four of you guys are awesome. We can't wait to talk to you guys again. And shout out to Guerrilla Warfare Apparel for sponsoring the show, and Norcom Mortgage as always.
Yep.
Mike, do you have anything else for the peoples?
No, I'm good to go. Like Joe Ivy said, somebody tucked me in. I'm looking tired. That's just the horrible lighting I have here. Look at how beautiful I am back here. Not so beautiful.
Pretty soon.
What is it? No, that's time. That's time. Or it's good from far, but far from good. Yeah, is what I'm saying.
Beauty is nothing but a light switch away.
I was gonna say a 2 at 10, but a 10 at 2, baby.
I like beauty's nothing but a light switch away. That's my
right.
favorite. Yeah. All right, man. Well, everybody, we will see you tomorrow night. Peace.